Alright, it seems like we are live. Hello, my name is SloaTheDemon, and I'm here to kind of fill in some of the time. We're very, very far ahead, and the next runner is not quite ready. So we're going to do some Tressa. Tressa's arguably probably one of the cooler runs. Like, there's a ton of cool runs. I personally really like this one a lot, so I hope you guys enjoy it too. But timing starts when I hit yes on selecting Tressa. So timing start in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So, real quick, we're just got a few cutscenes we've got to kind of skip through, and then we're going to be kind of learning a little bit more of the character that we're playing. At least, like, a lot of the actions that we're going to be taking, known as path actions. Every character of the, like, 8 characters, oops, I just forgot to buy the bow. Do want to equip that. But all the characters all have a different path action depending on their character. Tressa's is known as numerically purchase, which means that you can pretty much purchase items from pretty much any character that might have items. Sometimes they, and so we're going to be kind of abusing that quite a bit. That's Tressa is pretty much a staple of pretty much every speedrun. You'll see her in pretty much any story. Oops, I'm forgetting to say this. Pretty much in any of the stories, you'll pretty much see her be used. I can't think of anyone that she isn't used in. Another one that we're picking up right after this is known as, which is Cyrus, is another one that is another staple of the speedrun. From there, then they can kind of get varied. This one is I'm using a little bit of a different route. This one I'm going to be doing the Haunted and Therion route. It means I'm going to be using Haunted and Therion. The faster route, or theoretically faster route, is using, who is it? It's Oblique and Primrose, but I haven't quite learned that route yet. So here we got some pirates. They've kind of just taken all our loot, and we're not cool with that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go put them all to sleep, and we're gonna steal back all our loot. That's so. This is kind of a mechanic of the game, is known as breaking. You can pretty much, it's kind of like think of it like a stun after you've destroyed all their shields. You'll be seeing me breaking the units to kind of get away faster. It's just a quicker way of doing it. So when the unit is broken, that means it's a 100% chance to actually run. It's a bit RNG how many encounters we get here. Unfortunately, we got the highest amount. That's okay. That can happen. Just give me a second, guys. I am just pulling. I forgot to. There they are. Thanks so much for the good luck. Alright, so now all of them are asleep, and so now we're going to go steal all our loot back. So...
Right. So, do we have a time for a quick donation before
go ahead.
The fight?
Yep.
So, hi, my name is Xcodes. I'm going to be the host for a while coming up here, starting with this game and going through Deltarune. And yeah, among my hosting duties are bringing up donations like this one. $10 from Calamity. Saying, did I say $1 per Sphinx? I definitely meant 10. Thanks for inviting me to race. Thanks for helping out with the event, Calm.
Thank you so much for that donation. So, we are going to do a tiny bit of grinding. We do need some job points, but we only need to kill one pirate. Now, if we get any more encounters, we're hoping that they're pirates, because pirates are automatically asleep, meaning that we get a free run. pretty much if the unit has any kind of immobile status, like such as break or sleep, that means it's 100% run. Or if you get a first strike, you get an automatic free run. All right, so here I'm gonna just save real quick in case I just do something absolutely terribly wrong. Hopefully I won't. So this is Mick and Mac, or I like to call them Little Mick and Big Mac. Or sorry, Big Mick and Little Mac. Let me correct myself here. I did this in the wrong order. That's fine. It's the same order regardless. So if I can maneuver my controller correctly, there we go. So we're kind of setting up to break both of these guys. Like regardless though, we need to set up this in a certain amount of turns to basically break these guys and get a good amount of turns to go ahead and kill them. This fight's good amount of turns. It's probably I'd say is the most interesting and technical wise, mainly because of just how specific you have to be with it. One wrong move and you really can just screw this whole thing up. So we are going to heal. You might also saw that I grabbed the Thunderstone. We need that for this specific fight here. Alright, so we're going to max boost point that attack, and that will break him. This should also go ahead and kill Mac, and so we just have Mick left. We got really good turn order here, and so we're going to max trade wins, and that'll kill Mick. That wasn't too bad of a fight. Alright, so kind of just skipping through some cutscenes here. Just kind of lore and pretty much why Tressa kind of goes through the whole this whole big journey she kind of just joins into. So she's decided that she wants to go out and journey. So that's what we're gonna do. And so now we're gonna go pick up our second party member, which is going to be Cyrus. So we're gonna have to go through a few encounters here. We're gonna ignore this person. We don't really need to help them out. It's an optional thing. Unfortunately, you know, we need to go fast, so we can't help them out. Unfortunately, so that's okay though. I'm sure they'll find somebody to help them eventually. All right, so getting these like 2 monsters are kind of sucks. Well, this one's not a 2. That one always has a 2 shield. But as long as we don't have multiples, then we can pretty much guarantee a break on these early turn fights. So one thing we're looking for once we find Cyrus, though, is we're hoping to see a Kate, like, you know, it's pretty much just that it's a cat with looks like a thief cat, I guess you'd call it, like a rogue cat. It's pretty random if you see them or not. Frogs are probably the best encounter to get on Tressa here in the Flatlands, because any of the other ones you can't actually break, but you can break the frogs. So I believe in any other one, it's not very good to get the frogs. So maybe Haunted. Could be wrong with that. But if we see a Kate, that will be great. But I'm not expecting it too much. There are plenty of ways to get the JP we need. But if we do get a Kate, so we end the game at typically around level 14, and we will actually hit that level with a Kate. So that's just how much experience we get, and we get all the JP we need the entire run. So now we got Cyrus, and Cyrus's path action is called Scrutinize. Scrutinize is an ability that we can pretty much kind of scrutinize people to get information about maybe a hidden item, stuff about a possible quest, or just information about the character in general. So we didn't get the best turn order here. Still not a great turn order. So we need to kill a couple more enemies so we can get the ability Hired Help. And Hired Help is pretty much the entire reason why Tressa is completely broken. She is a very it's not Tressa in general. It's her job class. Very powerful. That is really unlucky counter. This is really bad turn order too. So should have just attacked there. That was my fault. That's fine. Should. Alright. The SP on Tressa doesn't really matter too much. Alright, so with that showing up, that means we actually also got a Fire Soul Stone. A lucky drop. Don't know if it's too useful, but getting this means that we are able to learn Hired Help. So the one thing about this game is that every job's skills all cost the same no matter what. They always be 30, 100, and then I think it's 500, and then so on and so forth. Oh, whoops, no, that was correct. I did that correctly. So we want to collect here. Oh, we got the collect. That's very nice. Getting the collect there does help out in some situations. So if we need any backup money, that really helps out. This fight's pretty easy. Yeah, the characters are the enemies are very tall, just because it's how they decided to make the bosses. So we have to like slightly go through like everybody's. We have to go through everybody's kind of intro, at least their first part of their chapter, to get them permanently as party members. So so we have a few more we have to do. But before we do that, we're gonna scrutinize this little girl because we're awful human beings. Don't ever scrutinize little girls. We're we're gonna get a light stone, and that was the Cyrus's chapter 1. It's pretty good too, actually. 1203. It was really good. So we're gonna come up here. We did get an encounter, so what is our counter? Double frogs is not bad. We prefer something better, but I'll take what I can get. So everything pretty much dies to bandit level 2. So check on this world. But we need to get 130 JP, and there are hopefully. Okay, so we're not getting very good encounters here. Frogs are awful encounters. So we are just needing to do a little bit, like I said, a little bit of grinding for mainly just for JP, because we need to learn certain skills. Coming into Whistlewood, this is another stable area. I don't know who put this tree in my way. That wasn't there originally. Yeah, this is a pretty good encounter, and I didn't get caught by surprise, so that means I get to use this lightstone for free, and that automatically gets me all the JP I need. Okay, if I can remember how to menu. Okay, so we're gonna learn donate BP, and we're going to learn Firestorm and Blizzard. We're going to put endless items and invasive maneuvers. This will help out in certain situations. Evasive maneuvers lowers our encounter rate, and endless items gives us a 25% chance of not end up using an item when we use it, so that's very useful. So now we're going to do a few tags, what we're calling. We kind of like just go into we're pretty much going into the city and then just immediately leaving. So this is pretty much what's known as like the exploration part of the run. So you got any donations or anything? There's not really much to talk about here, so great time.
Yeah, I can talk about the marathon a bit. This is RPGs We Love Too, the second and what I hope becomes an annual marathon by the RPG Valkyries, focused on helping raise funds for the Valkyries to attend RPG Limit Break, which is, I believe it's coming up in May.
Yes, May 5th to 11th.
Okay, so they have set an exact date. All right, May 5th to 11th. And that is, of course, the RPG Speedrunning Charity Marathon benefiting the National Alliance on Mental Illness, which is a fantastic charity. And, I hope we all do well for the Valkyries so that they can do well for the charity. We do have a number of donation incentives coming up, like all good speedrun marathons. For example, in the next run, which is coming up as soon as SloaTheDemon finishes here, we'll be having Secret of Mana. In Secret of Mana, you can name the boy. Currently, the leading name is Hero for $10. So you need to beat the $10 to name the boy whatever you want. There is also the opportunity to name the sprite. Currently, the sprite's name is Bagels, and that is currently sitting at $5.
All caps.
All caps Bagels. I think in Secret of Mana, all names are all caps regardless, but it's been a while since I played that game. Maybe. But yeah. And finally, for Secret of Mana, weapon of choice. This is an interesting donation sentence I haven't seen from Yagamoth before. He is going to be, well, at present, he's going to be using the claw weapon. Currently, that incentive is sitting at $10. And oh, Yagamoth is in chat. So I believe that's going to be the weapon that he pairs with the sword throughout the game, or is that the weapon he's going to be using on the Mana Beast? The hand cam incentive for Secret of Mana has already been met. Thank you all donors for that. Let's see. Anyway, after Secret of Mana is going to be a Deltarune run. Yeah, the weapon used to kill everything. So, alright. So yeah, that's going to be an interesting incentive to see. I believe the normal weapon used to kill everything is the spear, but I could be in the normal route. So yeah.
So if anyone's curious, I actually just checked. I am about 20 seconds ahead of my PB right now, which is not too bad. But probably won't last for long, I'm sure. This game's RNG is pretty brutal.
Well, there was a slight clock malfunction if you're going by the one on the stream, so if you get close to a PB, you might want to retime it.
Yeah. Well,
Sorry.
No, you're good. I forgot to do something I was supposed to do. So I got super punished for it.
Yeah.
That's my fault. It wasn't even RNG. It was. I was supposed to save and reload.
Ah, okay. Save and. Oh, right, yeah. Because that resets the encounter.
Yes.
The step counter.
Yep. Saving and quitting, entering a new room, anything like that does reset the encounters. That's something I didn't mention. That does reset your step count. Step count is 100% RNG. There's not really any way to manipulate it. Mainly just the fact that it's completely random whether you get 50 steps or like 500 steps or something. I don't know. I'm just saying something ridiculous. Before you get an encounter, it's gonna. So at points you just hope that you kind of get like a high ceiling right there. Like I kind of just zoned out and just didn't pay attention. I should have paid attention that I did not save and quit, but that's fine.
Yeah, it looks like you at least got the save part down.
Yeah, I did do that part, but I just kind of derped. All right, so if our scrutinization wasn't bad enough, now we're out scrutinizing old men. Does our scrutinization know no bounds? I'm afraid to have to say I have to say no. So, but we're gonna pick up a Thunderstone L. And so now we're going to. So we also did that just to kind of reset our encounters. Yes. So here we're in a very kind of I like to say Monka-S. This split is my split is known as Monka-S split. So we're in a pretty much a late game area traveling through. So it can be very scary if you get into any encounters because you will guarantee to die if you do not run from the encounter.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of the early game strategies involve running into late game areas and grabbing super powerful items from chests there.
Yep. Yeah, that's mainly what we're doing here is we're grabbing a lot of the late game chests. And we're also going to be we're going to be purchasing a few things. Oh god, I almost messed up again. So yeah, we're grabbing a few things to kind of set up for the entire rest of the game. If it wasn't the fact that we had to do all this setup, this run would probably be more around, say, like maybe 30 minutes, 20 minutes. Maybe not even that. Probably more like, yeah, probably more like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. So this run's pretty short, actually. It's just most of it's just exploration.
I'm fine with exploring Octopath Traveler. It's a very pretty game.
Oh yes, very much so. So we are coming up near the end of it, though. That's actually the final area of Tressa is Grand Port. So tagging that is kind of important. It's kind of what you kind of do in these runs is like you try to tag like late game areas for the characters while just picking up items that are just good for the run. And also hoping that you get a good get a good ceiling on encounters. Alright, so here we're going to be, before we leave, we're going to go purchase a few items that we need. So these are going to be items that we're going to need to run. I'm going to talk to him. So we're going to need exactly 3 of these, 3 M stones here. We're going to purchase this Energizer L. Grab another Energizer L from this guy. Going to over here, this chest. Come up here, pick up a few more items, and so you're probably wondering, like, why do we need all this money? Well, like I said before, hired help is a pretty broken ability. If I didn't, well, you heard it from me now. The ability is very strong. It's a very powerful ability, and you'll see pretty much why. So now we've grabbed everything we need, and we're going to talk with Haunted. If I can press the correct button. Okay, so Haunted's path ability isn't really the whole reason why we grab her. We actually just grab her because of the fact that, why are all these trees in my way? Must have been some random update that made these in the way or something. But just the fact that she has access to a bow, pretty much, and she has access to a few abilities that help us break units faster with a bow. Alright, so here, almost went the right way. I'm gonna make a quick save here. Yeah, they had to have done some kind of recent change to the trees to make them transparent because they're completely obscuring my sight. They usually don't do that. So
Maybe that's that system update that your Switch is bugging you about.
that was probably what it was. So we got some pretty good turn order here. Didn't get good breaks there on the rain of arrows, but that's fine. Okay, so I can't remember now. Firestorm or Blizzard? I think it's Blizzard. Just gonna double check here. Yes, Blizzard. Okay, so I need to throw 3 M stones here. It doesn't really matter which ones. They're all do a set amount of same set amount of damage. Oh, I got the endless item proc. Very nice.
There's a little shiny shiny thing that goes on when you get that proc, right?
Oh yeah, there usually is. I don't tip it, but it only shines in the hand, so I don't typically pay attention to the character. So I didn't see that. It's either that or I got an extra ice M zone somewhere. Which is also a possibility. Alright, now that we're going to have all these trees obscuring my sight here, hopefully I can get through problems. Alright.
Time to teach you a lesson.
Let's do this.
So apparently, I'm not really 100% sure. It really does feel like the devs really didn't want you to run counters, because it feels like the flee rate is pretty low.
My turn now.
Like commonly, it takes at least 3+ tries sometimes to just to run. So getting counters can be pretty big time loss. These trees are really throwing me off. Probably gonna get an extra counter because I didn't know. Well, at least we're out of the forest and we don't worry about any more trees. At least for now. So this one, Therion's chapter 1 is fairly easy. Star Ocean? I have not played too many Star Ocean games. Actually, come to think of it, I don't think I've played any.
I think I played the game. I think I played Star Ocean for Super Nintendo, but I do not remember very much at all about. When I was a kid, though, I never ran away from fights, so I wouldn't be able to comment on the run rate anyway.
Yeah, same. This game is definitely feels like it's not as bad as some games I've played akin to run rates. But this one definitely feels like it's pretty up there, at least for me. Like I thankfully have gotten some pretty okay luck. Some of the runs though. Here we're gonna reload the autosave. This is going to hopefully skip a possible encounter that we can get here. So, well, the encounter is not too bad. We just don't want it in general. So, and it's just faster just to save and quit, or just quit and reload the autosave. So this fight is fairly simple. We're just gonna throw a couple L's, and he should die really easily. You gotta make sure to be very careful which ones I throw, because we are pretty tight on specific ones. Plus, he's not weak to wind, so that little extra damage boost. All right. So, getting that endless money, if I remember correctly, will allow me to skip having to buy the M stone that I need. That I usually pick up in Boulderfall. Not Boulderfall. For the either way, one I pick up for the Omar fight. Shouldn't to pick up anymore. I'm just gonna walk here just to try and avoid an encounter. I have gotten an encounter there occasionally, so if you actually run, your chances of encounter rates increase. So, but if you walk, you have a lower chance. So, it's pretty much what you can do is you can kind of just walk a little bit slower.
Yeah. The old RPG paradox of walking slow to avoid encounters.
Yeah. And so from here, just need to continue on Tressa's chapter 2 here. So here we have to purchase some just random rocks. I don't know what Tressa's obsession is with rocks, but apparently she wants to buy these rocks, so that's what we gotta do. But surprise! They're actually these beautiful green gems known as sky stones. So Tressa makes a pretty good profit off of these, making 1,500. But that money is like as a good merchant, of course, she's going to go straight back in up here and is going to purchase more of these random non-descriptive rocks. So not just because, but even though we just literally made triple the profit, she's gonna I'm just gonna put all that investment into buying more sky stones. That's exactly what we're gonna do. So this Firestone M that I do not actually have to buy. That's the one I was trying to talk about. So that does save me a little bit more cash, which means I'm gonna be able to sell less at the end game. So now we're gonna head back down here, and now we're gonna try and sell more sky stones. But for some reason, this giant jerk dude just comes over and just steals our spotlight. What the heck? So, but then there's this guy who's even bigger jerk, just has his bodyguard just punch our competition in the face, and we're like, yo, that's not cool. Only we're allowed to punch him in the face. So we're gonna go save him. So because that's what real heroes do. All right. I'll be 100% honest. The only reason I chose Tressa or learning anything else was that because people had said that she was the easiest, so I decided to pick her up. And I will be 100% honest. I definitely enjoyed her, both casually and as a speedrun. I really enjoy her. So yeah, if anyone's ever been in my streams, they know my gold split is of Tressa saying thank you. Most difficult run. It is definitely, it's the longest run for sure. I don't know if it's the most difficult. So going up is arguably one of the hardest runs, hardest fights of the. We'll set that backwards. Darn you, dyslexia.
Yeah, if memory serves, Ulbrich's path action is to fight people, so I imagine you just use his path action a lot in his speed run.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's pretty much with anybody. Most of the characters, pretty much their whole like story is their path is pretty much just engraved into it. So
Yeah, and like it seems like with all the characters, you use their path actions a lot.
Yep.
Except maybe not so much Haunted.
Haunted, I don't know. I only got. Oh my goodness, that's really unlucky. Can I run? Can I get away from this counter, please? I of course didn't. All right, that's a. So we do the autosave for a chance to run from this encounter, but sometimes you can still get the encounter just because you just get a really unlucky low ceiling. Like you have to get a really unlucky low ceiling to get the encounter, especially getting the encounter before you get to the save. That was extremely unlucky. Runs here recently for me have been exactly like that, where I still get screwed by the RNG. There's not really much you can do about it if it happens. So let's try this one more time.
Luckily, Octopath Traveler has a pretty aggressive autosave feature, so.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Even
so I have just a real quick menu here. So if you like maybe like one donation.
Right. So once again, haven't gotten any donations in yet, but maybe somebody would be kind enough to change that up a bit for us. If Secret of Mana intends to start your thing, then after Secret of Mana is going to be Deltarune. There is an incentive to upgrade the route to Jevil %. I am curious about how that's going to work out.
Yeah. All right. So we got the boss fight coming up right now.
All right, sounds good.
This fight is RNG dependent. Okay, this was actually this is a really good start. Hopefully he doesn't go for Tressa. I don't think Tressa will die if he does go for Tressa. That's why. Oh, actually, it wasn't Tressa. It was. Okay, so we got like perfect RNG here, pretty much.
No, you don't. My turn. I see your defenses.
Okay, so.
Now, what next?
Okay, cool, awesome. So here we need to use immersion skill, and now we're going to use veteran. Actually, no, it's no, two. Yeah, no. Okay, just a tad turn too late. It's fine. So this is what I was talking about. That this ability is completely broken. Mind you, this is chapter 2, and we're doing that much damage.
Now, I think this ability is really perfectly reasonable when the game sort of expects you to be able to sling around 30,000 gold in a fight.
Yeah, that's true. From what I've heard though, but like usually late game, that typically doesn't do that much damage actually. So
yeah, the various hired help hires, I guess I'll call them, they all seem to have set damage stats, so...
Yeah. So, yeah, using... Oh, I... Going the wrong way. So I'm just gonna... Yeah, I don't know. I have heard from other people, though, that it didn't do as much damage as that in their casual playthroughs, so it's exactly set, per se. Though they also probably didn't use armor corrosive like we did. Some random mic here. So what armor corrosive does is it wears the armor of the target. So this is 14. Well, like Tressa's endgame uses like I think it's 15 veterans on the final boss. So, or 14 in an Elstone. Where you get that unlucky. Alright, so we tagged the top there. Hopefully we don't get an encounter here. We didn't. Yeah, Esmeralda is unfair sometimes. Feels bad. So we're on the second to last chapter here. So if you guys remember from chapter 1, there was this kind of cool pirate dude that, or at least he was a merchant. But then we actually find out he was actually a pirate. Yeah, it was supposed to be, yeah. Apparently, well, that actually doesn't come up till a little later. But so what we're gonna do over here was do real quick was we're gonna purchase this the shield from this guy, and I got a discount. Oh my goodness, I'm getting just insane luck here. So to head back, we're gonna head into the Forest of No Return, but we're gonna return. Don't worry. The name is pretty deceiving. So we're gonna grab this elemental glaive money. We're gonna grab this up here, the silent bandana for money, and then we're gonna grab. Don't get an encounter. There we go. And so now we're gonna go ahead and talk to this guy and give him the shield. It's a weird concept that he's a pirate. Well, apparently merchants just wield spears for some reason. Really get that one. Well, he's an ex-pirate that became a merchant. It's so it's a big lore dump on this character. Kind of find out about his true backstory, that he's actually a pirate, that he used to be a pirate, and that now he's a merchant because his friend that was lost at sea wanted to be a merchant, so in his stead he's going to become a merchant. That's pretty much the whole story in a nutshell. So I can probably skip this, but I'm just going to just to be safe. I'm going to still do it instead. I'm still going to do it. With how much luck I've gotten, I probably could have skipped it, but I don't want to take a chance. Yeah, so, but yeah, for some reason, like the whole merchant class apparently uses spears. I don't understand why a merchant would spear. Kind of baffles me. So hopefully we don't get an encounter here. We didn't. Okay. So here's a really spooky place. Pretty much things here can just instantly kill you, but sometimes they'll just kind of want to waste your time before they kill you. So let's stand. We're going to examine. We're going to, but what we're actually going to do is we're going to save. Oops. and then we're going to reload the save. So we can reset our encounters. Again, we don't want to get caught by an enemy here. This is like by far one of the worst areas to get caught by an enemy.
Yeah, it seems like from earlier, dying doesn't seem to be that big of a time loss. It's when the enemy decides to just mess around is the real problem.
So to be super safe here, I'm going to actually just save and reload just to be super safe. You can just like YOLO it and hope you got a high ceiling, but I'm just not going to chance it. Okay, we are going to examine. Okay, so this fight is pretty free, if I do say so myself. This but there are some things that can just kind of make this fight go bad. But okay, we did fine there. That's a good number. So we're gonna donate BP,
For you.
and Cyrus is going to armor corrosive.
I see.
I gotta say Cyrus, I'm gonna say Therion.
What next?
Okay, awesome. And now we can broke him when we needed him to. And so now
Here I go.
we're going to do this in a very specific. We're gonna use 3, and then we're gonna use 4
My turn. No, you don't.
of these veteran soldiers. And that'll put him just enough HP that he doesn't die, but we can still go for these collects and these. Oh, we don't get the thank you, guys. Feels bad. Run invalid. We didn't get the thank you.
A penny saved. My turn now.
That's okay.
Try this on for size.
Alright, so now we can see where we are. We are actually still far. We're still pretty decently far ahead. That's mainly because my Omar was horrible. BB. But again, another huge lore dump. About his friend and reason why he decided. Again, we get a whole thing about why he became a merchant, and then he's like, "Well, I can't take this stone because this isn't my treasure. My treasure is actually my best friend's boat here, and it's all sappy." But again, fortunately, we have to skip the cutscenes because this is a speed run. We got no time for that. All right, so. So here, this is the it's like the richest man in the world daughter or something. It's been a hot minute, but I believe that's the lore. So we are good on money. We had some insane luck with this. So, but here we're doing this. There's like this huge kind of competition going on between merchants and stuff like that at the Grand Port. My friend died in the ocean. But yeah, then we have this lady here who just punches us in the gut and then steals our book. How rude! So we're gonna go beat her up because she's a bully. What we do? We beat up bullies like we did with Omar. We tell him no bully. So here, hopefully, like I said, Esmeralda, and when I say she's a bully, she is a bully, and even in the fights, she's a very scary fight. So I'm gonna grab this stone. Hope I don't get an encounter. Kind of suck I did. I'm gonna
It
save
seems
just in case. Go ahead.
it seems like I was just going to say it seems like every character has that one boss in their route that is just super scary.
Yeah. The scariest one for Tressa, I would say, is Esmeralda by far. Like the final boss truly is the final boss in Tressa's run. So I did grab that just for safety. We're hoping to get so ideally we want Cyrus to be getting the first turn and not Esmeralda. That is the ideal turn here. And we get the break is the idea here.
You won't move willingly.
Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? Pressure is so on. Are you kidding me? What a joke. Are you kidding me? That was...
Can't end like this.
Oh my god, that was really unlucky. I got exactly not enough. So I don't know if I can win this now. Oh, I definitely can't win this now. Oops.
Coming.
That's unfortunate. It still might PB though. That's unfortunate though. That was like very unfortunate. I got the first turn on with Cyrus, and then it proceeded to have all but one to break. And if it broke, that would have been perfect, and we would have had a perfect fight. But it
Yeah.
missed. Last one.
Yeah, it looks like Cyrus, not just in this fight, but also in the fight against the cat, Cyrus seems to be allergic to hitting things.
Yeah, it's because it's like, for some reason, they thought like a good balance of multi-hits, like a good way to balance the quote-unquote multi-hits was to make it where it has extremely low accuracy. You'll see that even with Rain of Arrows, that it has a really hard time hitting.
You won't move willingly.
Okay, can I still go for this? I guess I can still go for Rain of Arrows. Oh no, I can't. I'm dumb. That's not until she shifts. That's fine. That didn't really change much anyway. This is still winnable, I want to say. If he breaks. Okay, cool.
My turn now. Let me help.
What is the logical course of action?
Yeah, this should be winnable still, but guarantees. So unfortunately, this might not PB unless I can kill her.
Here.
Here I go. For you.
Oh, I didn't learn. I used Abide, not Insight. You dingus. I forgot to learn Insight. I was like, why did that? I for some reason I thought Abide was Insight for some reason. I'm a dingus. Don't mind me.
Oh, that Seeing what Esmeralda did when she comes out of break, yeah, I can see what you would want in sight there.
Yeah, I used the bite instead of insight, like I said, like an idiot. That's fine. So yeah, this is probably not going to PB unless I get perfect right now,
Willingly.
which I didn't. I actually got like the worst encounter. Wow. Yeah, this is just not winnable now.
I still have so much to...
I can't win this fight.
Coming.
That was like the worst case scenario. There's some fights where she gets first turn is winnable, but that's definitely not one of them. Like Cyrus needs to live. If Cyrus dies,
Yeah.
You won't move willingly.
come on.
By the way, thank you Octopath Traveler devs for making it super quick to get back into fights after you die.
Isn't this?
Indeed.
My turn.
So yeah, we're
No, you don't.
this should be still winnable.
Now.
It's just gonna be awkward. It's winnable.
Interesting dilemma.
Also, thank you devs for making this game absolutely troll. And I used the wrong item. Can't remember. What is she weak to? I can't remember if it's. I think she's weak to dagger. Just kidding. Well,
My turn now.
at least she used Raven. At least she uses Raven's Flight first turn and not. At least she uses Raven's Flight and not an actual attack. Okay, this should be a winnable fight as long as you just don't screw anything up.
Now, what next? Come, if you dare.
What to do?
So, do not get ready on time yet. Time is not yet. It's not after the boss fight is.
Letting my arrow fly and true.
What's on? What does Hana do again? Hana, I want to say, gives. No, she rains of arrows. Yeah, that's what I thought. She rain of arrows.
What to do?
Give an L2.
Here.
Oh, I gotta look at it.
Coming.
And then trying to make sure I'm doing this correctly. Yes, there.
Holding back nothing. Letting us put in our points to work.
Out of my way.
Alright, I'm gonna do this because
Take this!
Letting the hunt begin. A penny's
okay, yeah, I'm good. I was worried there for a second.
Here.
Nah, it should be good. It should kill. Okay. That was clutch. Unfortunately not a PB because it just kind of got, messed up, just screwed by the RNG, but it's whatever. I finished the run. Alright, so again, time is not yet. but it is coming up. And time be right. One more cutscene. Right. Okay, sorry, 2 more cutscenes. Time.
GG.
GG. Yeah. That was such a stressful game fight. So unfortunate. The pressure was on, and I just got destroyed by the RNG. Unfortunately, that's okay. But once again, thank you guys so much for hanging out, checking out the stream. Up next, we have Secret of Mana. Check out, definitely make sure to stick around. Check out that hand cam that everyone donated. Thank you so much for that, guys. But I'm done, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow back for Final Fantasy Tactics.
Yeah, just as another update on the hand cam incentive has been met for Secret of Mana, but there are some other incentives as well. We still have the bid war to name the boy. Any name up to 6 characters long can be put in. It is currently Hero, sitting at $10. The sprite is also available to be named. Currently, the sprite's name is Bagels at $5. There is also a weapon of choice incentive here. Interesting thing is that since the claw is the current weapon of choice in this particular bid war, Yakamoth might actually have to get the lady, because skipping the lady also skips the claw weapon in that game. That is currently sitting at $10 as well. So if you want to bring back everybody's favorite girl, go, 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 go. I think that was 13. If you want to bring back everyone's favorite girl, you're going to need to put in some money for a weapon other than the claw. Right. And coming up after Secret of Mana is Deltarune. That is an any percent run. However, there is a bid incentive of $144.66 to upgrade that run to Jevil percent. That needs to be in before the run starts so that Lightning knows what he's doing from the start of his speedrun there. Currently, there is $14.66 put towards that, so we need another $130 to make that happen.